food nerd. I just can't help myself. Full on food nerd. This is fresh. This is one of my favorite things. Magnolia Road, Pemberton. I'm going for cucumbers. We'll give them a 5. All right, so what are we gonna do? It's late. I need something quick. And you notice it has forming seeds, but not big formed chewy seeds. Let's see, small. So I'm just gonna cut these into some little chunks. All right, there we go. There's my first trick. A sliding cutting board is never good. So typically in most kitchens I ever worked in, we take a towel or a piece of paper towel, we get it a little bit wet and we put it underneath the cutting board to keep it from sliding. It's starting to form a little bit more, and I'm not a huge fan, so I'm going to scrape them. I like the big pieces, but I like the red onion cut very thin. If it's too big, the onion is too hot, too oniony. So I'm just crushing this nice fresh garlic. This is local garlic that I got. And a lot of times I wouldn't use garlic with this cucumber concoction, but because I have limited time to build any flavor, I'm just going to help it out. I'm going to go with some salt. I'm using this seasoned aloe. I love seasoned aloe, but this is really a cheat because it's got a lot of flavor to it. I love this stuff. My wife and I call it magic spice. It's from Bologna, Italy, and I love it. You do have to be careful because it's very salty. That seems silly, but for those who are real fit salt heads, you understand where I'm going with that. Olive oil. I prefer a good extra virgin here. This is just a plain olive oil. And I love fresh crackers. Now that was a red wine vinegar. I love a white balsamic. Even a plain white distilled apple cider. Now, I'm going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to check to see if I want to sweeten it just a touch. Now in our backyard we have a beehive. So I'm going to grab just a tiny bit of the honey from it and add it to that. In my opinion, very little better than some fresh honey. Okay. There we go. Now, this is going to be an excellent complement to the chicken that my son grilled before I got home, and I have to say, did a very good job with it. Just right. So simple. This